All right, guys, you have been losing a lot of money because of something that we call lack of direction. Most of the times, you take a trade and you meet, yes, you are just inside the trade, but boom, your stop loss is 8. Your stop loss is very big. Why? Because you don't know how to put the stop loss in a very logical place. You can even take a stop loss in a very good number of pips, but you are taking it in a very you are not taking it in a very logical place. For example, so I will explain in details the entry model, where this video it is specific on the entry model, where you need to take the trains. You don't just take the trains randomly. You come from nowhere, you take the trains. No, no, no. You need to have a clean zones where you need to take some trains, guys. We not take the trains at a finish of a train. For example, in this scenario right now, we cannot take some sales. I cannot come and say, yes, I need to sell at this place. No, it will be very hard for me to just sell at this point, right? So I need to wait for something to happen. For example, in the 3 rule method strategy that I train live with every time, I follow some specific things. All right, guys. For example, I need to take only trends after a clean pullback, not a pullback with a lot of market structures, right? So I need a pullback that is very clean one, right? So I need to wait for a clean pullback. For example, I need a good run. I need a good run like this, then a pullback, not a very big pullback, right? Because when it comes big, we can change the character and the market continues up. So you should be very keen. So you cannot be trading a pullback when it forms like that. You will be just sell, you are caught in, and the market goes up and your stop loss will be it. So these pullbacks should be very small one. For example, this pullback should move down like this, then the pullback should not be that big, then it continues up after a good what confirmation, right? So I want just to explain where should you take the trade. We don't, because you have been fighting, where will I take this trade? So I know how to trade, but sometimes I don't know where specific times where I will take the trade. So I want to explain in details where will you take the trade. For example, this is the market, it is moving up like this, it is moving down, and you have seen this is a market structure whereby the market it is on a downtrend. So the key factor, you need to have a confirmation it is a really downtrend. Don't take trends randomly, it's gonna go down. Just have a confirmation this is a real what downtrend. So after having a confirmation of just one run like this is a very huge run, then a pullback happens. So this is another confirmation. When the pullback happens, after the pullback has happened as it has happened there, after that pullback, all right, you take a trend after a confirmation. So this is the run, a pullback, then a run, a pullback, then a run, a pullback, then a run, and the market goes like that. So when there is a run, a pullback has happened, so you need to wait for a confirmation. And for sales, you know the confirmation that we want to look. For example, we need to look at bearish engulfing candles, something like this, some candles like this. We need to have some shooting stars like this, and hanging man like this, to show the market it is gonna go down, right? So after such a thing has happened, you just take, for example, I would have taken my trend at this point here. So where will be my stop loss? This is now the key point. So the stop loss should be some pips that is above, yes, that is the market structure should be some pips above the structure, right? So let's say my stop loss can be run here, and my TP should be below the previous low, the previous lower low. So I target at this point here down. So just below it like that. Then this is the TP, because the runner should be the bigger, right? So my TP will be done. So I will smash this trade. All right. So this is a very simple 3 rule method strategy that you can go and apply it you yourself very keenly. So take an example here. It is very practical. So after this run, there was a pullback. So after this pullback, there was a confirmation here. So you take your sell at this point, look the runner. So we would have taken this TP two times. If you missed the first one, you will not miss the last one. Let's take an example. Let's go down. So we just going down. So for example, we look at the market structure first. In this case, the market structure, in this case here, the market structure, it was a ranging market. Now when the market is ranging, we just draw two lines, that is a support and a resistance. The market is tapping here, tapping here, tapping here, tapping here, tapping here. So when the market turns here up, you know it will come down here, right? So you need to have some sort of confirmation. When the market taps here at this resistance zone, you just wait for a reversal. You place a pending order at that point. So you take some sales at this point, you take some sales at this point, aiming down here. You can take a half of it, guys, so because you need to have that a clean zones, right? So you take a half of it, you take, it is very practical. You wait for a confirmation, you take a trade, you are boom. So this is an example of a ranging market. Let's come, every time in the market there is a market structure. For example, in this case, the market structure, it shows a kind of a bullish move where the market is moving up. It is bullish because we are breaking these, we tried to break this but it fall. But it was an example on an uptrend. How can you trade an example of an uptrend? So you just wait for a good run. Always wait for a good confirmation run to show yes, buyers are inside that market, right? So after confirmation, after confirming yes, buyers are in, you just wait for a pullback. Yes, you just wait for a pullback to give you a very good logical placement of stop loss. So after this pullback, you just place your trade after a confirmation. You place your trade, it is a buy position. You place a trade at a buy position. Then below these, some few fips, you take a stop loss here, and the next swing you take your TP level. It is very practical. We can go down, we can scroll like this until we reaches every time. We have different market structure. For example, in this case, what was the market structure? This was a very good raging market. So the market was going at these zones here. So the market was kind of a raging market. When the market is raging like this, when the market taps here, you wait for a confirmation, you take down, you trade in this range. And if you're not able to trade here, avoid the pair that time, go to the next pair and focus, right? So if wherever you can just backtest the strategy, it works 90%, right? So when the market moves with a very good run, a pullback, right? So a sort of confirmation, you take a trade, done, you are done. A good run, a pullback, a good run, a pullback, a sort of confirmation, you are done, guys. The market, it moves like that. So this is an example of an uptrend. For example, this is how the market is moving up, right? In everywhere there is a market structure that is portrayed. It is either ranging, it is either trending up, or the market, it is either yes, the application of systematic rule of trading, it is the same guys. So this is Mr. Risk every time. Remember to train sharp, train wisely every time. All right, guys, train sharp, train wisely every day. All right.